Hey guys, happy Easter morning to you. It's a totally awesome day here in the middle of Michigan. Sun is out, it's beautiful, perfect temperature. Just got back from a run, and I thought I'd just do a quick video tour of the new SmokerCraft. I'll tell you what, when I had to sell that Jetstar, that really took the wind out of me. That was a hard thing to do, so I'm pretty pumped about finding this boat. I just happened to be out and about and found this out in the boonies, and I actually bought it from the original owner's son. The fella bought it, I think this is a 73 boat. He bought it brand new and ended up passing away and handed it down to his son, so it's essentially a one-owner boat. So it's a pretty cool setup, and I thought I'd just give you a video intro. We'll start with the trailer. So up here, that's a 1 7/8 coupler, so I'll cut that off and put a 2-inch. You can see the jack stand isn't worth anything. I got actually a better crank I can put on there, but the stand itself is a pretty solid stand. The whole trailer is a nice C-channel trailer. It's pretty heavy duty. It didn't come with this boat. Actually, the fella had a bigger boat that he hauled home and just threw this on top of this. So it's actually overall it's in really good condition. You know, it's just got basically some surface rust on here and stuff like that, but you know, I'll replace all these rollers and bunks and things like that. That fender's smashed a little bit there, but that's no big deal. I can pound that out a little bit. These tires, they were sketchy. I was glad I didn't have very far to go because I was afraid I was going to get a blowout on the way. So put some new tires on it. I'll put some new lights and wires and things like that. You can see how much longer the boat that was on it would have been. But overall, it's in darn good condition, very solid. So I'm happy about that. So here's the boat. The boat itself is in great shape. And when I'm looking at it and I kind of compare it to what the Jetstar was, it's really not that much smaller. I mean, of course, it's 14 feet versus the 15 feet, but I think the overall dimensions on the inside is actually probably almost identical to what my Jetstar was. The extra width that my Jetstar would have had would have likely been eaten up by the gunwales on both sides, and then of course on the front I would have had that. So the interior of the boat, I just did a couple of quick measurements, and it's almost spot on with as far as deck space is concerned, from side to side and front to back, really. The hull itself is, I can't find hardly anything wrong with it. There's hardly any dock rash at all. Really, the only major flaw that I saw was right here. I don't know if you can see that, but it peeled up a little bit. There's a crack in this gunwale here, but I can kind of smush that down and rivet it in place, but that's no big deal at all. So the hull is very solid, and you can tell that the fella, he actually remembers as a boy going out and duck hunting in this boat, and you can see, you know, kind of the haphazard attempt to camouflage it. So but that's no big deal. I can sand that smooth when I'm ready to repaint. I was pretty pumped to see this. Oh boy, there we go. I was pretty pumped to see this all in one piece on this side. The other side is cracked, but that's really cool. I think I'll probably try and figure out how to incorporate that into the build. Looks cool. I like that a lot. Here's the transom back here. Depending on what I go with, obviously that's set up for a short shaft, but this is easy enough where if I end up with a long shaft outboard, I can actually build the transom straight across there for the extra 5 inches if I wanted to do that. So like if I had a long shaft kicker for the Islander and wanted to use it on both boats, and I could build that up, and that'd be no sweat. It was great to see these corner castings in such good shape. You know, you can see they're painted over, but I can strip that off no problem. The bow plate is in great shape too. No major crashes or anything like that. Once I get that stripped down, that should look pretty good. I like that handle on there. That's a pretty cool feature. I think there used to be a handle on this side too, but it broke off, which I don't care. I can just obviously get that U-bolt out of there and sand that smooth. I think that's pretty cool. Here's the other side, starboard side. Everything's looking good over here, and you can see that's kind of cracked a little bit, crack right there. And this C is off of there, but no big deal. Here's the inside in the transom. I really like the way this is set up. It's pretty cool. No knee braces, but this piece here is actually, you can kind of see that it's brought out and then bent down and then bolted back in and then tied in to the hole on the sides, which is really pretty cool. And you can see it would be a super straightforward process to pull the old transom out and put a new one in. Just take the corner caps off and cut all those bolts off and put a new piece in, so that should be pretty easy. Obviously the seats are shot and everything like that, but you know, the process of putting this back together should be pretty straightforward. There's not a whole lot to it. I really wanted a boat with a shallow draft rather than a deep, and you can see how almost entirely flat that bottom is. That'll be perfect for my uses, for what I need it, for what I need it to do. So I got some ideas on, got some thoughts about rebuilding this back, and I'll hit you up when we get to that point. So that's the boat. There it is. And when I stand back and look at this boat and take a look at the interior space and the deck space by comparison, I don't think I've lost all that much compared to the Jetstar. The one big thing I will not be, obviously I won't be able to do, is pull a skier or tuber with this because of the horsepower limitation. But I do plan on building this back to a kind of a hardcore fishing boat, just make it a real solid fishing boat. That's my plan. So that's a SmokerCraft. Oh yeah, I think I did a little bit of research, and I think that this means it's a 73. I'm pretty sure SmokerCraft, I don't know what all this means, but that means 73, I believe, which in 73 they made a 14-foot boat called the Zephyr. So I believe this is called SmokerCraft Zephyr. So I think that's cool. That's good stuff. Hope you guys have an awesome Easter. See ya.